This is what GROK has stated. I expect XCN to see a strong positive reaction if the Clarity Act passes, likely a significant XCN and the chain.com integration unlocks ultimate utility for XCN. Ultimate utility and value is unlocked with the chain.com integration. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're going to be taking a look at XCN here and giving you guys another breakdown and update and news on the project for any recent updates for XCN. This is from Cryptology. I'm calling it now the secret weapon for the Goliath mainnet isn't just speed. It's the upcoming integration with chain.com products/cards. Predicting a massive move where XCN becomes the native fuel for a global card program, allowing instant stablecoin to fiat spending without the pre-funding headache. Chain.com has the licenses, Onyx has the layer 3 tech. Once this cooperation goes public, the governance token label is dead. Watch the Q1 rollout. Don't say I didn't warn you. This is from XCN, powered by Chain.
Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a giveaway of 1 million Shiba tokens. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and comment hashtag Shiba Inu. Good luck.
Right? And Wolf is saying, where can I sign up for this card? I will be the first customer. This is extremely bullish stuff you would like to see in the space, guys. Again, XCN is one of those projects that has, ultimate, top level utility. It's just that it's very undervalued now, but that's when you want to pay attention to projects when they're undervalued, not when they're going to the moon, right? Now, obviously, nothing is guaranteed in the space, so there's no guarantee XCN will be successful, but it has a lot of green flags that could potentially lead to its success, right? So this is why I say even some exposure to the project could be a good bet to make. I see top content creators that I watch as well that cover the project, and even if a lot of people in the space are not right a lot of times, because it's very difficult to be in the crypto space. It's one of the most difficult things I've done. I've done content creation with like talking about anime reviews and stuff like that, and horror content, and it was so much easier in comparison to crypto, like way easier, way easier, right? This space is very difficult, but it's very rewarding, right? Extremely difficult, but it's very rewarding, right? So XCN is one of those projects that you have to be patient with and see where it goes, right? And obviously, like you see how I cover multiple projects on my channel. It's good to diversify, right? It's good to be diversified into multiple projects for you could know if you could increase your chances of success. But when it comes to utility projects, when you look around at the space and all the memes that launch on these different layer ones, or all these memes on these different on-chain networks, XCN is a breath of fresh air, right? It's one of those projects that's a breath of fresh air that kind of like gets you away from the memes a bit, and be more serious as a long-term investor, right? So again, XCN unlocks so much utility, and it's only a matter of time, as long as the team and the community accomplish their goals. It's only a matter of time until we see that success for XCN, right? So right now XCN is sitting at 0.5335 in price, going sideways here. Made a nice little move up from the previous low of 2047, and it's sitting at 2053 now, just under 200 mil market cap, right? Like I stated in my previous videos, I think 100,000 XCN. No over investing here, just the exposure to the to XCN here. If things don't work out, you don't lose a ton of money that you're thinking to yourself, oh, crypto ruined me, crypto has ruined my life. And if things are successful here, right, things do actually do well here with XCN, the exposure that you have could lead to great ROI. Say for example, XCN goes to 10 cents, right, or even 5 cents, you're $534 into XCN for 100,000 XCN could become 5,000 $5,000 for 5 cents. 10 cent, $10,000, right? $1, $100,000, right? And these targets aren't, unrealistic, right? They are possible to achieve, right? People on CoinMarketCap as well pointed out just how, bullish the fundamentals are for XCN. This is from More Wheel. Onyx appears to be refining its ecosystem step by step with updates that suggest ongoing development rather than surface level changes. It feels like the team is focusing on strengthening the fundamentals, and I'm curious to see how this steady progress shapes the platform in the coming months, right? This is from Jinx. Goliath burn mechanism, 10% of all network fees are permanently burnt, 50,000 XCN removed daily, 18.2 million per year, 20 billion already burned. Usage equals supply reduction, on-chain activity equals deflation. This isn't hype, it's math, right? Also, give a shout out to content creators that cover XCN. Go support all the content creators. Fear and Greed Index hits records low. This is featuring BTC, XRP, and XCN. You can watch their channel right there from Block Bull, right? That is very bullish to see. From Cryptology, while timelines debate the next 5% move, some projects are focused on long-term infrastructure. XCN isn't just about noise, it's about building rails that actually move value, calm, conviction, steady execution, and, Cryptology telling everyone to have a productive day. But again, that's what you want to see in projects, right? Steady execution, great utility, great value that is being provided, and constant building, right? That way you have more chance of success in the future. Now, the market it is always changing, and it's changing rapidly, right? For example, this previous cycle, if you didn't go to trade Solana meme coins, and even that was difficult in itself to do, but if you didn't trade Solana meme coins this cycle, you missed out on pretty much the entire bull run, right? The only projects that did do well this cycle, XCN obviously had a move as well as too, but not its true move, right? Because the overall liquidity of the market was so limited and weak and restrictive, right? So if you didn't trade Solana memes, you couldn't, take, a small amount of money and to make it into something, bigger or, more, with great ROI, for example, because there's people that did trade Solana memes that, turned, a few $1,000s, if not less, to 6 to 7 figures, right? That was like the how should I say, that was like the bulk of the bull run, right? Sui also did well with its on-chain ecosystem and XRP, but other than that, it was very lackluster, especially for a lot of altcoins, right? A lot of utility altcoins did not do well this cycle, right? So I'm taking a bet here that the next cycle, altcoins will actually do well next cycle. Now that everyone has given up on them, they think altcoins are done. I think next cycle will be the cycle that they do well. And I'm taking a bet on XCN because it was one of the only altcoins. It was one of the only altcoins back in, the start of the year from January that made a nice move to the upside from how much of a move was that? A 10x move in January, right? That's very bullish, right? A lot of projects did not make a move like that, and now it's up from its lows, right? 5x still around a 5x or 4x up from its lows, from 2002, 001 back in 2024 and 2023. So the next move could be just as massive, if not bigger, because liquidity will actually be less restrictive. We're gonna have interest rate cuts. We're gonna have the Fed printing. We're gonna have QE. We're gonna have a new Fed chair. So I think next cycle, whenever that starts to take place, is gonna be great, for projects like XCN, right? From Jinx, everyone watches the XCN charts. Few study the roots. Chain worked with Visa, backed by Pantera, Kolsla, and Nasdaq Ventures. Now Goliath upgrades the XCN ledger, scaling, integrating, and pushing enterprise infra fully on chain, built first, then adopted, right? What a great diagram right here. This is so great to see. Let's take a look at it right here, man. This is crazy. So XCN chain will begin integration of XCN And then over here, blockchain infrastructure helps to deliver faster, more transparent way for corporate clients. And then this is how XCN is connected to Pantera, the NASDAQ, Visa, Homebrew Ventures, CT Ventures, digital assets, right? And it goes to Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, etc. What a great diagram here. That's very bullish from Jinx, man. Very great stuff to see. And finally from Joe, XCN asks GROK what will happen if the Clarity Act passes. Major bullish, right? I expect, this is what GROK has stated, I expect XCN to see a strong positive reaction if the Clarity Act passes, likely a significant short-term price surge, potentially 100 to 300% or more in the initial weeks or months depending on overall sentiment, followed by sustained upside from increased institutional interest, listings, and real adoption of the Onyx protocol. So even GROK, the AI tool, is saying, hey, potentially 100 to 300% move when the Clarity Act passes. This is a great idea for a video, man. Shout out to Joe here. That is very bullish to see. So as always, none of this is financial advice. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Some yard work is happening right now. I know you guys hear that. Link to my Discord is in the description, and also link to my clips channel where you could watch short videos on all of the videos I make, short summary videos. So I also ask that you subscribe to that channel and support it as well. Thank y'all so much.